And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time. Shadow Empire in a computer needs its robot army. We're on round 127. We have 4 decisions awaiting us. What to do after helicopter is one of them. You can upgrade the computer. And let's see if we got a better roll this time on building the robots. No, we got a worse roll. So yeah, we're looking 20-something turns in the future for the robots. It's going to come up, but apparently it's not going to be this stream because we don't play apparently that fast. So I'm going to be running a little bit of a manpower shortfall for the near term. Let's get through my decisions for diplomacy. So we just did the medium helicopter. And hold off on the medium, the 200 aircraft here. Is there anything I want to develop? I think the answer right now is no. So you got both the helicopter version and the medium aircraft version of attack aircraft. For recon, did I do the one-engine light recon air helicopter? Recon air. No, that hasn't been designed yet. Okay, so let's do that quickly. I think I have that designed up. Recon, medium rotor, got some guns on it because we can. We'll build them on the triple because it's just cheap enough.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Custom formations, not gonna futz with these yet.
Received.
Protests. Once again, we're gonna do the democracy option here. The computer would appreciate if we built up government more than improve the democracy, but we're gonna stick more slavishly to democracy here. The robot, or the computer here would prefer us to do yes, so we will go yes.
That, sir.
Anyway, we're building up the manpower reserve. So we can do more replacements. Actually, I think we go 2 turns, and then I deploy a brand new Grenadier Brigade. How was the logistics here? We are now getting full output from the mine. Okay. Okay, so we still need more logistics, because you didn't get enough. Oh no, you did get enough. I just don't have you fully enabled. So turning you up is probably what we're doing. If I set you to 100% productivity, is that... Oh, that's going to be way more than I can do. We'll do 50%, which is a step up. And then we'll just dump all the colonists we can in here.
Roger that.
Because we're basically trying to resuscitate another faction's fallen capital. This was a former capital of another nation. So there's a lot of useful infrastructure there if we can get the infrastructure running. Okay, should be able to continue expanding there. How did the construction go? In theory, there shouldn't be any problems. Yeah, everything's proceeding at speed. Fuel depot is done. Go ahead and just queue up the next fuel depot there. Now, these depots aren't very worker intensive. Is my understanding. So I should be able to support quite a few here. Although, they do get progressively more expensive, so it's 200, 600, no, it's actually 300, 700, 1400, 2200, so on and so forth. We can get all the way up to level 6 here. But I want to be able to store a lot of fuel, so we can use a lot of fuel-heavy vehicles going forward. Planes and tanks are nice to run, but it's also nice to have the, you know, the fuel to run them. Yeah, could definitely do with more manpower, although we're running kind of in the problem of outside of the capital, none of the places are really big enough to supply a good pool of population. Which makes sense, because they're all basically colonies, except for this we took from someone, although I think that's a colony. I think this was a minor, and this was the major's capital, so this is the biggest place of population we have outside of the capital. Yeah, it's literally, Austin here is the biggest place we have outside the capital. So we're a little short on people. Which is probably why we are not in first. Although we've climbed up into second. Climbed up in the second with some of the lowest population of all the nations. So we're compensating for people with land, which is usually not how I like to do it. I'd rather run low land, a lot of people. But you don't always get what you want. It's very much the case here. Okay, upgrade.
Yes, sir.
Logic circuit upgrade and the bureaucratic pushes.
Yes, sir.
Continue distributing the priests.
Order received. Order received.
Yeah, mining's going pretty well. We'd like to have mining robotization done. Or even if it's maybe not very necessary. At the Eco Council, I think we reached the point where I could definitely accept Eco being turned down. There's some techs we'd like to pick up. So the 2 robotization techs. Ammo printing would be nice. At some point, we probably want to pick up mass food pool and... What's the other one? It's mass food pool and what? No, and hydrophone. The 2 robotization and mass food pool animal printer. So basically the industry automation techs we'd like to have, and high speed. So we are like, yeah, there's like 5 plus fertility. There's like 6 eco techs we want to pick up. Maybe if we get really desperate for power and volcanic energy, but we've got most of the eco we need. Military, mostly it's the robots, and we can kind of skimp once we're past robots. Oh, the water in Polymark's about to run out. That might be a problem. Well, it's not a major problem. I need to do the purple mining there. That is what's going to run out next, though. So, Polymark, strat card, purple mining.
Roger that.
So instead of getting the water we got there before, which was... Oh no, if we get like 900, we'll be fine for 1 turn of 900. Yeah, we'll be fine for 1 turn of 900, but obviously only 1 turn at that rate. So let's cycle the turn. We're in sort of in the calm before the proverbial storm. Eventually, one of our neighbors is probably going to declare on us. Or we're going to get robotic soldiers, and we're going to want to encourage them to declare on us. We're not fist aligned, so we don't necessarily want to just outright declare. And we're not mind aligned, so we don't necessarily need to not declare. But we still probably want them to declare on us more than we want to declare on them. Okay. On our turn. Round 128, we killed 1,000 infantry over the end turn. We have 6 decisions. Computer is improving people's programming skills. Get some barbaric refugees. Crisis ecosystem continues. Oxydon has declared on us. Okay, so we've got a war to fight. We discovered heavy battle dress. And one of our commanders retires just as a war is declared. And we get another upgrade to deploy. Okay.
Roger that. Yes.
Okay. Governmental minimum wage law. Sir, on the initiative of the elite humanist school, the Parliament is holding a vote whether to enact the governmental minimum wage law. Workers and soldiers should be paid well. This is paramount for a well-functioning government. Law effect: minimum worker salary is 2 times the average private wages in your nation, but max 30 millicredits. Also, worker happiness plus 1 per turn, soldier plus 1 per turn. This is gonna increase expenses probably. I'm not gonna take the political power to stop this from passing, so we're just gonna let it pass. Our decision: lean back and see what the vote will has. Change government plus 3, democracy plus 1, and it has passed 80 votes in favor. Protests against high taxes.
Order received.
One-time tax rebate. Refugees at the gates. Okay, so the computer's happy regardless of what we do. I'm gonna let them in. We want to stack heart. I'm not too worried about trying to get more government at the cost of heart.
Yes, sir.
And then we're extending the water mine.
Roger that.
We lost 2 levels of ease. It dropped from 7 to 5, and we got 160, almost 161,000 water additional. In that well. Yeah, we're at war. So we're gonna push forward where the line supports pushing forward. Oh, exposed weapons. Yeah, those don't like being shot off the infantry.
Open fire. We need more firepower, sir.
We traded 1 for 1. Definitely could have been better. It definitely could have been worse as well, but definitely could have been better. Okay, well, this guy, in taking his very forward position, has kind of screwed himself.
Going in. Mission successful. Mission successful.
Okay, so we've got a war, so we probably want to appease these guys to try to keep them from joining in. Don't need a two-front
Yes,
war.
sir.
We're happy with
Roger
one
that,
front.
sir.
Engaging enemy. Target destroyed.
Took over the process mine. Fuel is almost in range. What is the process? Oh, and this is the North Pole. So we've almost pushed all the way up to the North Pole. Process mine is Governor XP. Okay, not the end of the world. Not the best thing, not the worst thing. Yeah, definitely could do with more troops. Do a rush out another brigade to try to plug some of the holes. I'd like one down here. No, I'm going to wait a turn, see how these guys try to exploit my lines, and try to deploy the replacement brigade. To plug the holes that become apparent. Because, yeah, I should have enough manpower in the next turn to basically deploy the entire brigade. I'm not going to deploy it in response to any vulnerabilities. The other alternative is I start... Well, yeah, the other alternative is I start raising aircraft units. For carrying out strike missions. So we've got these guys entirely surrounded. What's my odds if I just do an attack? 2.1 to 1, I'll take that.
Do it! Do it now! Mission accomplished.
Okay, so we've effectively driven them back away from the city there. That is good. I don't think we are in good terrain necessarily for frontal attacks like that, no. Although, that should be mutual. We should be in decently held up terrain that they're not going to be able to attack us effectively. They're on Rifle 3 with laser rifles and heavy combat armor. So our guys should be tougher than theirs. Maybe not more shooty, but at least tougher. Construction-wise, everything proceeded at speed. Separation plant should be done next turn. And without any other indications that we're low on power, we might hold off on building more power for the moment. I would like to still continue to bring this place online. I think it's every other turn we're going to be sending colonists here to get the farm going better. Because yeah, I think, well, 25% more work is going to require 25% more, well, in this case, because we're going from 50 to 75%, going to require 50% more workers. Lots of workers work at the AZ Agricultural Dome farms, so they're a little hard to start up. Cold startup like that. So the weak point in the line here is these are out of date, arguably. These are rolling around with high-speed machine guns and 50mm steel plating. So if this unit wants to break out, it will likely break out through the armored cars. Assuming it wants to break out. If it doesn't want to break out, then we've got it surrounded on 3 sides, and it's going to have a bad day. Well, surrounded on 4 sides, but we probably want to attack the armored car. In fact, we got 1.1 to 1. I'll take that as a swing.
Let's go. Get out.
Yeah, not enough to take it down. Well, that might keep it from doing any real damage on trying to break out. And then we get to cards. So I already bribed you, right? We did the bribery on you. Yeah, we did them already. Nation, we do the upgrade.
Yes, sir.
Upgrade was not successful. How does 3D50 become 211? There must be added difficulty for the more upgrades you already existing. That's not showing the difficulty roll here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then, what are we up to? Upgrades. CPU circuits are 2, so 20% industry bonus. 0.2% on the logic circuits for pop growth. RAM is +2 happiness. Yeah, so I suspect because we would be trying to pushing it from 2 to 3, that there's added difficulty that's just not showing up on the simple math there for trying to go to higher tiers. Mining robotizations, we're like 7 turns out on that. And then, yeah. Robots is going slow. We're getting like 3 to 4% a turn. So it's going to take 25 in total. And then we're going to have to still design the robot units. Robots may come out of the proverbial womb fully formed, but you still have to decide how you're going to build them first. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's just cycle the turn here. This turn is a little bit more likely to be interesting because we have an active war ongoing. The end turn here, because we're going to see how they respond to our voids and their voids is probably a good way to think about it, right? We have enough numbers that we're probably going to threaten units with encirclement just by proximity. So we may see some withdrawals, we may see some advances. Because we've also got a few voids in our line as well. And not all the units are upgraded to Grenadiers yet, so we've still got quite a few units that are just light infantry. Which, in comparison speaking, are somewhat vulnerable to their armored vehicles. Whereas the Grenadiers at this point, with the up-to-date battle address armed RPGs, should be fairly threatening to vehicle attacks, especially on the defensive. Okay, Oxydon State here is thinking their turn out. Gonna see what they're gonna do to our troops very shortly here. If they do anything. Getting hit with artillery, potentially rocket strike. Tanks attack, get driven back, but they take casualties. I think that was one of the light infantry units that was attacked. Which is probably why it took as many casualties as it did against armored vehicles. Okay, it's on our turn, round 129. We did lose 300 infantry. I think that was the 300 that we lost against the 10 tanks that we destroyed. We killed 500 infantry as well. We have 5 decisions awaiting us. Computer sending out some stashes. Let's go for some more radioactives. Crew accident. Bump to democracy. Okay. The Tribble. Got another upgrade card. Okay, so what haven't I developed here? We supposedly have rocket. I haven't discovered missile, interestingly enough. I'm actually a little more interested in trying to get a missile unit than I am a rocket unit. Rocket sort of specializes in anti-infantry. This is the one the game designed for us. I wouldn't have made one of the small rocket set. Yeah, so we'd probably want to upgrade the rockets anyway. So, rockets focus on killing infantry. The missiles are a little bit better against vehicles. We should be able to discover them. go to type. Yeah, so the immediate upgrade to the rocket launcher is the missile launcher. The upgrade to the missile launcher is the SAM launcher. Want mechanized quad, I need to do quad. And we could be discovering heavy if I hold off on doing stuff. Okay. So we're waiting for laser guns for you. We need to discover you. We need to discover you. Not really worried about bigger aircraft at the moment besides the heavy helicopter. I'm not too worried about quads. So I think we just don't design anything for the moment. Yeah, probably the next thing to do would probably be upgrade the trucks. We still got the game start trucks, which have probably got little dinky engines in them. But hold off, try to discover something else. Black market discovered. The AI wants us to close it down, because the AI likes its mind. However, I like 100 credits per turn. So, AI, you're being overruled. Let the black market be.
Order received.
We will deal with them when we want to deal with them. Accident with the crew. The robot wants us... Well, the robot's fine with us doing anything. The robot wants us to make a choice here. Because it likes mind, it likes government. It likes government enough that it would accept taking a mind hit. We're going to take a word hit if I say that it's our fault. Although I've got a pretty good word. I'm at 80-something word. Although, I'm on board with losing mine as well, so we'll blame the workers.
Yes, sir.
Get the government, blame the workers. Robot wants the first one.
Order received.
Computer wants the first one. Commander for the 7th. I can either give it the 3rd, which I probably want commanding the 3rd. I don't want to just move commanders around, so... Person in the reserve who does not have a job. You now have a job. Don't die. Or quit. Or retire. Okay, can we squish this pocket?
Let's go. Operation
Yes.
successful.
We took damage. We lost 3 subunits. Probably shouldn't involve the recon battalion if I didn't want to lose the recon battalion members, but that was a planned risk, and I'm not too worried about the results, actually. Take off the Dream Club. 3-way attack against these guns.
Open fire! Open fire! Mission successful.
And yeah, I think we want to... I'm going to splurge. We're going to bring out that new brigade. OHQ. Grenadier Brigade. Use SHQ troops. Yeah, we got the logistics. We don't quite have the manpower, so there'll be a few guys short. Close enough, though. And actually, if anything, I probably wanted to be in the infantry bit. So we say, hey, you can't... Don't make new infantry. Just make sure all the specialist weapons deploy. And then I will manually handle... Oh, actually, that was apparently enough. That was apparently enough. Okay. We got enough infantry, got enough buggies. Handle the attrition. Is there any other places I really want to be attacking? Spoken at the null line. The more we can get rid of these guys, the less
sir.
able they're going to be to cause a problem.
Engaging, sir. All clear, sir.
Okay, looks like we're at the reach of our logistics up here, regardless of what I want to do. So we're not going to be able to go much farther even if I want to. Although I say then we're almost at the... I can basically touch the north border. Okay. So we're going to have to be careful up here because we're at the end of the logistics. But could definitely be worse. On that note, let's try to boost them with a supply base.
Yes, sir.
Let's get them that little bit of range so I can more securely get to the North Pole. We do want the Federation here to stay out of it.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Keep them happy. Keep them neutral.
Advancing. Do no harm? Yeah, right. Advancing. Do no harm? Yeah, right.
Okay. Things are definitely going fine. Well is maybe an overstatement. Fine is definitely state of affairs. 6 to 1? I'll take 6 to 1 on just a blind attack here.
Mission completed.
Maybe 3 to 1, or 3.8 to 1 is tempting. But I'll give them a couple more turns to get properly positioned here. We want to push them. For no reason to push them away from the towns. Or, I suppose if we push hard enough, we can take the towns. So this is a town here. This is a town here. This is a town we took from them, so we're trying to drive them back from the town. This is a town here. This is a town. You see the AI is a little bit prone to just making towns everywhere. There's a town there. So there's lots of little... Oh, I'm not going to say worthless, but low value scores we can pick up if we advance. We haven't even unmothballed that one yet. Oof. Get you up to 75%. And yeah, we dump all the colonists in here.
Roger that.
As we slowly restore functionality to the city. And yeah, construction. Fuel depot's done, civilization plant's done. I'm not going to worry about improving the civilization yet. But we'll continue expanding that fuel depot. Yeah, could definitely do with more manpower. The big question is, where do I get it from? We're losing population there, probably due to migration. Effectively losing population there. Let's change it from one type to another, losing population there. Yeah, the only place we're actually getting any real pop growth, and it's not much, is here. And the culture is probably terrible. Yeah, it's still Phoenix Bond's culture. So there's no chance I'm going to be able to get any real recruitment from there. Although you probably like me enough, let's call you up.
Standing by. Roger that.
This is why I'm probably not getting it, because it's still
Roger that.
still an unincorporated zone. So we incorporate it, so that's going to get us some taxes. probably incorporate this one as well.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Gets us some taxes.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Mining overview. Any of the mines prone to running out? Taos has 2 turns, but I'm aware of it right now, so let's preclude that one. I'm peripheral mining it now. So this is not the ideal turn to hit the peripheral mining on it. That would be the next turn. We're gonna do it now, just so I don't forget.
Roger that.
Okay, give me another upgrade roll.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, it definitely looks like the difficulty goes up with number of completed upgrades. Because we were on level 2, trying to go to level 3. It might be something like plus 50 difficulty every one that isn't showing.
Yes, sir.
Although, if that's
Yes,
the case,
sir.
the best way to get the Interior Counselor good enough that he can make that roll is have him fail repeatedly. So every time that card comes up, we're probably going to roll it anyway. And yeah, victory overview, we're in 3rd. So we're definitely not doing terribly. We got the most planet. I think holding us back is population. So if we start to get moving, we can definitely get our score going up pretty quickly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that took him over 50. Just trying to use, I was like, yeah, his opinion's below 50, I should fix that. Got a couple that are below 50. Although, someone with no job below 50 is probably fine. Because they'll go up when they get a job. If they get a job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go ahead and cycle the turn. We'll see how the war advances. And then when the end turn here is done, we are going to go for the second part break of the stream. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is going to probably be a somewhat active end turn because we're going to have fighting on it. We are at war. But this is also the last end turn for this part, so there will be another recording up tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break between parts, get an ad break out of the way. So we can minimize ads during the active gameplay. But then we'll be back to record another part. Because we're planning on recording for another 2 hours or so tonight. Okay, so we are seeing the motion from Oxydon. See if they do any attacks. There is an attack. That didn't go particularly well for us. Although it was only a light infantry unit that got attacked, so it wasn't that bad. Although, lose 500 units in a single attack is my entire manpower recovery for the turn. So, as far as for a turn that we're at war with, that was not a terrible turn, although it could definitely have been better. We basically lost the entire manpower recovery for the turn in combat losses there, and I don't think we inflicted really any there. Okay, should be coming around to us shortly. Again, we're going to put a short break in here, so if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, we're going to get the ad break out of the way, and then we'll be back probably by the end of the ad break with the next part. Anyhow, I think the intern is not going to look so bad, because we're going to have all the kills on the online here, but I don't think we actually inflicted any really on the major we're fighting. Yeah. I think we got 1,500 infantry kills against the non-aligned, and we lost 500 against the major. So we'll be back in the next part on round 130, and we have 7 decisions. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Get you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.